We are going to discuss about the overall client and server basically communication, how overall this communication how happen on HTTPS. So what I would like to here mention that when website is secured, like HTTPS is secure, that you will see in your basically website that is start with HTTPS. It means it's securing the communication between browser and your web server, and there are basically several steps involved, and that steps we are going to discuss. I will touch upon in the last end of the video asymmetric encryption and symmetric encryption, how it is basically interconnected in during this session from client sessions, client to browser server sessions. So let me draw it so that it will be more visually well explained. So user, you have users who is trying to access any website, basically user. Let's keep it here, and then you have a web server here. So let's go with step by step. You have generated a certificate during the while you securing the your website. Then there is a two kind of key. You generate the key basically when this certificate generation happened. Then you have a two key. One is public key and another is, I will change the color and the text color. It's a private. I'm just putting this in your knowledge so that it is more you are able to connect it dots basically. So what happened basically when client initiate any connection towards server, okay, so that is basically first communication happen. So it says for example with the hello message, so it it is kind of it will use any supported encryption RSA or AES, and there will be a random number also. So that packet when it this handshake start, I would like to say that it will contain these things. So I can put in a box here. It is basically supported. It will use supported encryption, I would say, whatever, whether it's RSA, I will just put a few name, AES, and first is this basically, and with the random number I can mention client. This is the packet basically. This will be a random number, I would say. Okay, so this packet it will send to the server saying hello message. So the packet will be sent to the server, and then server will respond. Okay, server will respond with few information. What is those? We are going to cover it, and it will contain basically server certificate and public key and random number, server random number. I'm just naming it just to have a better understanding. So this packet will come towards as a response. Then browser, basically the browser will verify that certificate, whether it's properly authorized with CA. It's because browser has a pre-installed root certificate with approved authorized CA authority, and it verify whether source are not an imposter, it is actual server. So because CA verify that, and it's their responsibility to get this verified. I will cover more on videos on that, where I will explain how the CA and authorities, how they verify that website is genuine, and sources are trusted. So but here in this communication server, verification process happen with using the certificate we receive, and it will also contain the same public key which I have mentioned here. So I can here a drive through. So here there is a public key. So what happened here? So server verify this, and in this next stage, once verification is done, again your user basically initiate a communication towards application server. And what is that? Basically it is basically pre-master secret key generation. So it's an basically it's another random number, I would say. It's another random number. I can put here again. It's a pre-master secret key, and it's another I can say random number, which will be sent over to the application server. So that packet, basically the packet which has been sent to server, it will be decrypted by the private key, because only that person can decrypt who has that private key, so that imposter cannot basically decrypt it. So this private key which we have, it will be used to decrypt the data. So this is basically, and what decryption, it will open the basically decrypt the data using the private key and extract the pre-master secret key. So once it is stacked, it will have a pre-master secret key decrypted. So now what is happening, both has same pre-master secret key, both have same master. So this communication is established in a basically handshake, initial handshake is done basically, and that is called asymmetric uh, this encryption, and basically it's ensuring that your communication is secure during the key exchange, and that is asymmetric. I know this is slow, but basically we must, and this is the process where early stage, this make sure that you are talking to not imposter, it's actual server for which it's so verified, and they have a both pre-master secret key. As a next initiation, what happened, both have a pre-master secret key. So I will explain in a better, more how then session key generation, that's basically next stage. So session key generation, I will put a heading, session key generation. How happen, what is needed basically, that is the first need a client random, which you know that we have that client random when the first initiation random number, that is. Then second is server random, both has that. Third is third is you have pre master secret key. Master secret. Okay, so you have all three things, and then based on that, this packet basically overall, if you I can put a naming here. This is called, one second, this is called KDF, basically key derivation function. It's a KDF in short, it is called, this packet. And it is basically generating, what it is doing, it's generating the session key at the result. So the session key, both side generating its own, because both has the same pre-master. They have a client random number, server random number, and then they create a session key. So any imposter, if it in between, until unless they have all the three information, they cannot create a key. So this session, overall session key generation, it's become a more reliable and secured by using this. So that is why that is where we have on finished message stage, I would say, where client, and that is user basically, and server, this is the server one, server, client and server has a both have a same session key to start the communication. So this is the final handshake and message happen, and a session is established, and that is called symmetric encryption. That basically very fast, because now this session key will be used to encrypt and decrypt, and it's a faster as well. You no need to get into the private key and public key, those things will be not involved, and it's secured and fast as well. That is used for bulk data ingestion, that's symmetric, this SSN key. And that's how overall communication happen. Thank you very much for watching my videos. We will connect to another video how this communication happened, and how CA approved it, or CA authorized it, or how we can force client to use verify with certificate. So more videos on web security and overall browser and server communications, how you can enforce SSL certificates, peer mode, and you have a none mode. So lots of options we will explore on the web security layer. Thank you very much.